What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, we're moving over to Japan, and we're going to look at Kaito, because you can see rank 1 Japan, about 100 LP above rank 2 Summertimer. We got a crazy kind of race for rank 1. We got Title here, Summertimer, and Kaito. And also, Kaito played kind of just like a weird line this game, one that I want to watch and analyze, because it's not one that I've really seen many people, if anyone, playing around. So yeah, hyped to watch some Kaito. Also, I mean, we got in this lobby, we got Title, we got some other high elo players, Just Feel Alive. I know I've seen that name before. So a very high elo lobby as well. So just, you know, a fun Japanese lobby. And also I haven't really done that much VOD reviews of, I think maybe, did I do some Title VOD reviews? I don't know. Maybe I did one Title VOD review this set, but overall haven't done much Japanese VOD review this set. All right, first thing, and we'll see if we do with this gold, but yeah. Okay, we are gonna buy the Zyra pair here. I think this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I was gonna be kind of surprised if his prio was not holding Zyra, especially with the Mundo and the Alistar. You can put together a really nice, just kind of like Street Demon plus Zyra, and then like eventually Techie opener with these units. I actually rate the Bruiser frontline pretty highly. If you get like an Alistar 2 or a Mundo 2, these guys, you throw one tank item on them, they're just kind of like infinitely tanky. So, all right, hacked orb here. Look to the right, see if anybody's HP goes up. That's what we got to watch out for. And we do have Morgana. Yep, and look at that. Just Feel Alive's HP goes to 110. I got to spell this out because people keep asking me about this. Don't pick up this orb. If you see a hacked orb, wait, look either to the right, or you can scout the other people, but look and see if anyone's HP is going up. If their HP is going up, do not pick up this orb. The reason why is that you will be higher HP, which means you're gonna have worse carousel prio. If you don't pick up the orb, you are not actually forced to pick up the orb, which means you just get free carousel prio. This person, Just Feel Alive, is probably gonna be last pick on carousel, especially if nobody else ends up taking the orb, and you know, just for free, their last pick on carousel. So yeah, actually, wow, Japanese player is really good at optimizing this. I feel like in NA we see, I mean, more and more people are getting better at this, but definitely early on in the set, you saw a lot of people accidentally picking them up. All right, Prismatic Augment here. I think the encounter was Prismatic first augment. Street Demon, Cyber Implants, or Spoils. Spoils of War is just not a great augment these days. Cyber Implants, I think, is like, yeah, probably the best one here. You could, you know, you have a Street Demon opener, so you could like consider that, just get some Street Demons going, but I don't love it. Yeah. Lucky Gloves here, and I have actually, ooh, there's actually a lot of good stuff here. I mean, it's between Lucky Gloves or the Wandering Trainer here. Lucky Gloves, I mean, the only downside of Lucky Gloves is then you're left with like Gargoyle, and you have to Lucky Gloves backliner, make Gargoyle, and I mean, it's actually not even bad, especially with this opener. Lucky Gloves your Morgana too. I don't mind it. I like Lucky Love since they've changed it to this new version where, and also the quality, I mean, this, yeah, I think this is just Kaito's quality. It's not the best, but I mean, that's okay. But yeah, I think ever since they've changed Lucky Gloves, where it actually gives you this extra gloves later in the game now, I actually like it. I'm a big enjoyer of it. So yeah, we level up here. Oh, Kaito actually accidentally picked up his own orb. So that's the other thing you have to watch out for. Kaito ran out of time, but it's because he was over here. Did he start walking? No. Yeah, he just, as he teleported, because you go in kind of this arc as you teleport, he flew through the orb. The way to avoid that is to just go up here on this top side of the board, so that when you fly into this portal, you can't fly through the orb. And then there's some really annoying stuff to optimize it. Someone said how to do it in my comments of my most recent video. But the thing is, when you travel, what you want to do is, because sometimes when you travel back, you'll fly through the orb as well. So what you want to do is, before you're about to travel back, just go sit on someone else's board, wait for the traveling animation to happen, and then jump back to your board, and you'll jump back in the bottom left corner. So yeah, we actually slightly suboptimal, but we do actually kind of get punished here, and we end up, we end up in a situation where we had to pick up our orb here. So we're going to be, look at this. You see almost everyone else in the lobby has not picked up their orb. It's just us and Just Feel Alive. So we're going to have bad carousel prio, which is actually really annoying because we would love to get the second Lucky Loves. But like I said, Gargoyle comes down here. We move over our board into a kind of a Dynamo opener, which this is kind of the opener that I wanted to yap about, and just kind of like the idea behind this game is playing more around Dynamo, and I mean, really just playing around this Morgana unit, because I know early on into this set, I looked at, you know, I talked about kind of like unit priority with some high-low players, and Morgana to a lot of people was really low. And I think for a lot, maybe still, people rate this Morgana unit really low, but we've got a Lucky Gloves on her. We have the 2 Dynamo in. This Morgana unit is not bad at all. Like, the main thing you need for Morgana is just time for this unit to scale up and just have enough time to kill the board, because she is not great at just killing a unit. But the fights that you, like when you have a strong front line, this unit's actually not bad at all. All right, we end up taking an Elise with a belt off Carousel. It's another Elise, which does open up more ideas of playing into this Dynamo type stuff. We also do have some more Divinicorp that we can fit on the board. And yeah, I mean, just scouting around the lobby, a lot of good prismatics we see in this lobby. A lot of people taking the expected unexpectedness, which I think to so many people is so strong. I'm actually... Wow, we're not gonna level up here, and the reason why is, I mean, we scouted the lobby and saw, like, I mean, who cares about leveling in this spot? Like, we're actually gonna win basically all of these fights without leveling. So there's actually, I mean, just goes to show the state of the meta right now, where there's just so many people opening and so many people not playing strongest board that you actually can just sit here, arch. I mean, a little bit of a board, but still, honestly. Okay, now we're going to level here. The idea being that we can still make gold, though. I wanted to hold on to this Jin. I'm actually a little bit surprised that... I guess we don't care that much about the Jin. We hover over at the last second. I wonder if, I think we just didn't think this out too hard, because honestly, I think the Jin was better than this dude. The Rast that we played on this board, I'd rather actually just be playing Jin here, because I think we're good on frontline, especially with what we got going on already. Yeah, thinking about playing even more Divinicorp on this board. I mean, either way, Divinicorp is very solid on this board as well, but the Armor and Mar from Rast is pretty fake in a situation where you already have all this Armor and Mar from the Gargoyles Stoneplate here. But all right, looking for items here. I mean, we finish our tank items ideally. Yeah, Warmogs look beautiful here. I'd be really excited to take that. Holds on to the Vayne pair, which is pretty surprising to me, but I imagine it's gonna be Gargoyles. He's kind of maybe looking at a Morello, but I mean, or not a Warmugs here. Yeah, I mean, it has to be a Warmugs. Warmugs has such excellent synergy with Gargoyle's Stoneplate. And yeah, we're trying to figure out what the board wants to be, because yeah, he's thinking about like fitting Jarvan in, and maybe, I mean, you get Oxforce in. I still think this is our strongest board, though, like I said, I don't know, I mean, maybe he just doesn't care that much about getting in another Dynamo on this board. Either way, we're kind of clearing people. Like I said, put some tank items on a 2-star Bruiser, Alistar 2, or a Mundo 2, and you actually clear people. All right. Next augment here, we got Fire Sale, Health is Wealth, or a Mentorship. I mean, we're in a really good spot to push levels this game. I do think, honestly, this is a pretty excellent spot to end up playing. Well, I mean, we can yap about it a little bit. Yeah, and yeah, we are going to pick up Fire Sale as the econ setup. But yeah, like, I think a lot of people would honestly think about this spot as like a fast 9 into the strategists plus like Samira type comp. It's a little weird because you're never going to have like a blue buff. You're never going to have BIS Annie in this situation. So that's like the only downside to playing it. And so ideally we'd actually play like kind of a different line, one that can use these TGs better. And this is the other thing, is we're playing around all these Divinicorp units. Divinicorp, I think, is a really good example of one of those comps that actually plays really, really nicely with all of these lucky gloves, because it's one of those comps where you're spreading the benefit for the entire board, right? You're not like selfishly playing for a few units. You're playing for just a really strong board in general with every unit getting buffed up. It's kind of similar to like when you'll take the quality over quantity augment, and like last set it was like the 4 emissary board, because 4 emissary, you know, it buffs up your entire board, and so you have all these units that you want to actually itemize. You don't have just like a few carry units that you care about. Very similarly here with Divinicorp, I mean, we have this Morgana that we're actually playing around really nicely. We have the Senna who's going to use these AD items nicely. We even have this kind of like front line that can hold these items. So yeah, I mean, it works nicely, and I mean, you can see win streaking really, really hard. Senna also a monster there, just with the lucky gloves, is actually clearing boards there. Just, I mean, she's got great traits in at this point. So yeah, just Senna being the MVP here. We could take just like a Crown Guard. Okay, well, we can't take it anymore to finish off tank items. I mean, that's another, it's a 1-cost glove. I think we can just take that, look for our 3rd lucky gloves. Why not, honestly? And just, yeah, keep going towards that. Can level up here. It's basically free. Just get the Elise in, just to get Nitro or Dynamo back in. Yeah, I think that's fine. They really should not have named 1 trait Nitro and 1 trait Dynamo, and then also put them both on 1 unit, because it's too, okay, it's fine. Maybe it's not that confusing. I spent half of the playtest getting confused between Marksman and the other one, Rapid Fire, just being like, which one's a Rapid Fire, which one's a Marksman, because they're both pew pew. But I mean, at least I got it now. I'm sure there's some people out there who can empathize with me, but I mean, we're cruising this game, right? 110 HP streaking. The only upside to picking up the orb is we were still probably going to be last pick, because of, you know, like how far we are, like how high HP we are, you know, regardless of the orb. So that's the copium I always tell myself. It's like when I'm in this situation and I'm like really, really healthy and I accidentally pick up the orb, I'm like, you know what? It was no diff. It was an orb, no diff situation. This board that we're fighting is actually not bad, though. Yeah, I mean, the Morg and the Senna just putting up a ton of work. Yeah, Senna, 2.7k, Morg about the same as well. I mean, yeah, these units doing insane work. Pick up a 3 cost, that's great. And here's the other thing. We are holding on to a few Morganas. I mean, 7 to be exact. We actually have a lot of Morganas here, to the point where we could actually think about itemizing a Morgana 3, which is wild. Let's go look at the board that we actually put into Planner here, because this is one that I think... this is one where I've seen a lot of different variations. When you want to play around Misfortune, what do you want to play? I mean, honestly, I'm down to even pull up some tier lists. Like TFT Academy, if you pull up Misfortune, I don't know. Yeah, it pulls up this board actually, which is quite different. It's like a 4 Vanguard setup where you're actually fitting like Silas onto this board. This is not what we're looking at playing around here. I mean, he has 3 out of 4 Vanguard here, but he's looking at playing more into kind of like the Divinicorp stuff like this. He does still, I mean, you're going to play at least 2 Vanguard. And then, yeah, like at that point you can think about obviously fitting in Rost. And then, I mean, maybe he would want to, but like, you know, he does not have Silas in the planner in that setup, so kind of a similar board. But actually, yeah, I kind of like this this idea. The only kind of awkward thing is like, yeah, how many Vanguards are you really playing? You're always gonna play the Braum, and so like then you probably want to play Leona, but then like Rost fits in nicely, and then it's also just kind of like the other weird part about this board is just kind of like, who are you duo carrying? Like you have this, I mean, it's a lease into eventually playing around Aurora. I think it's quite reasonable, because yeah, wait, is this? No, okay. Because I think I originally saw, or maybe that was on tftgenius.com. Let me pull up. I just like looking at these as well, because I think it's changed. Yeah, okay, so TFT Genius has another completely different board, and this board plays the Zaya Misfortune duo carry. I mean, not completely different, but, you know, different enough, and you use Jin to kind of link up between those guys. So there's a lot of different variations running around. Looks like the version that Kaito likes is the version closer to the TFT Academy version, where you just duo carry the 2 Dynamo units. That intuitively to me sounds like a little bit better, just because it's like, it's hard for me to imagine, I don't know, it's just Misfortune. That doesn't make that much sense to me on the board. But I mean, look, we're holding on to the Zaya, or not Misfortune, obviously. Zaya just seems kind of weird on the board, but I mean, it fits in some ways. In any case, rolling down here, we do find a few Zayas here, so it could actually be a Zaya duo carry situation here. Zaya pair here, and he's also holding on to these Braums and considering not making them. I mean, we're going to win this fight. I mean, the Lucky Love's so good, and just finding the upgrades on the 3 cost nice. And wow, he's not even going to make the Braum. All right. We have this augment, which I actually have not gotten a single chance to take this augment, so I actually have to Google Translate this one. It says C tier combat. It's not the one... it has 12 in it. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to take this one at all. I've not even seen it, I guess because I haven't played that much Divinicorp. So let me pull it up into my Google Translator here, and it translates to Holy Rise. 12 seconds at the start of the Battle of Divinicorp Champions, 20% physical strength, attack speed increased by 30%. And okay, so it's called, I'm gonna go look and try to find the exact, it's called Holy Rise is the translation. Okay, well, I looked up Rise, but I mean, we're gonna take it here. I mean, it did give us that other Morgana, so that's Morgana 3. Okay, it's not Holy, might be like Divine, maybe? Divine Ascension. After 12 seconds, oh, actually, we're rolling down a bit. We pick up the Koboko, nice. After 12 seconds, your Divinicorp champions ascend, gaining 20% HP and 30% AS. Okay. And it grants you Ross and Morgana. This allows us to actually get to the Morgana 3. That's crazy. And so, yeah, it's an Ascension Divinicorp augment, which is pretty interesting. Gives you, it's AS and HP, right? It said, yeah, 20% HP and 30% AS, which is, it's kind of a weird augment. But, I mean, it wants you to play more vertical Divinicorp, obviously. We have the 4 Divinicorp in right now. We're going to get the Jin in here, who fits really nicely just to, I mean, add another, you know, crucial trait on this board. And we're looking at the Shiv Slam. I don't mind it, right? It guarantees you have a Marshred on this board, which you kind of need. We're also fitting the board together. Like, Jarvan does so much work on this board as a triple trait beast, right? He's Ox Force, or Golden Ox, as it's called this set, I guess. Golden Ox Slayer and Vanguard on this board. So it's a really, really, I mean, it's completely different from what we put into the planner. We're not playing around this Morgana, or we are playing around the Morgana. We're not playing around the Misfortune, but it makes sense, right? Like, we hit the board so hard, we can actually look at this and just go straight to 9 off just the Morgana 3 that we held on to. We barely even rolled for it, but we just kind of found it. All right, so item-wise here, I mean, you could, yeah, I guess we're looking at Crown Guard here just to finish out items. I'm a little apprehensive about killing our heal cut, so maybe we're gonna hold on to stuff, but I mean, you do also really wanna, yeah, you wanna keep streak. He's actually, okay, it looks like he's just gonna make it, yeah. He's gonna make the Crown Guard. I mean, the hope is that you'll probably end up with some kind of heal cut from your Lucky Gloves. This person also FF'd, as is the case with oftentimes people who go, like, they go fast 8, roll for their board, miss on, like, Annie or stuff. We're actually holding onto the Koboko. Honestly, not to play it, but just to deny people, and maybe we'll fit it in later. But yeah, the other piece of it is just that when you're playing a comp like this, when you're playing Divinicorp, you are going to have heal cut later in the game once you get to Renekton. So that's something that you at least got going for you, is that once you get to Renekton, you don't have to worry about the heal cut. And I think that's what Kaito's thinking here. He's just saying, you know what, I'm guaranteed to find Renekton this game. I'm 110 HP, 50 gold here, almost on a 15 streak, though I think our streak might finally come to an end. Yeah, so close just to getting the 15 streak, but we lose it here. But I don't think you can be too sad about being 100 HP 4-7 in this spot with 62 gold. But yeah, I mean, we're guaranteed to find Renekton this game, and yeah, we're just thinking about putting it in later. He's also hovering over he had the idea of playing around Urgot. Yeah, I want to actually, let's go back and look at the team planner he had open there, because I think it's a pretty cool idea here that he swapped over is to this is like capped Divinicorp board here, where he plays the Divinicorp board, he plays the Zed on the board, just because, I mean, he's like the best Slayer that you can play. He plays Urgot as an Executioner, and then he actually fits the Cho'Gath in to give you Boombot and Bruiser here, and then the rest of the board is just Divinicorp units. I mean, a pretty cool idea, actually. It's a nice way to kind of cap out your Divinicorp boards, which I don't think that many people, I mean, people like the Zed board, but I haven't seen people do this kind of like pivot into almost an Urgot board. I mean, this, we don't even have to pivot into, it's like fast 9 Urgot, so yeah. We do get a Morello if we want to make it, just to guarantee the heal cut. You would have to put it onto, I mean, we're going to throw it onto Jhin for now. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a little, who's gonna take it later? I guess we'll find out. I mean, we have, yeah, we'll see, I guess. We rotate into, oh, this is the Exalted Adventure person. Had to go for Jhin 3 and Echo 3, but did get that cash out. That's the Radiant Crown Guard plus the Unending Despair, which is just so gross. And especially under the Mordekaiser, actually, yeah, that is going to be a tough board to beat later. We do finally move items over to the Kobuko at this point. We're just like, you know what? I mean, we're still actually... We pre-pumped last round for Golden Ox, even though I don't think our final board is actually going to have Golden Ox on it, which is funny. But I mean, it's a good habit to have, to always be playing for the Golden Ox. But yeah, just move items over to Kobuko, because I mean, I'm honestly surprised like that we didn't move them over sooner. But I mean, maybe his idea is like at this point, he's just going to make the pivot a little bit easier on himself and put it in, though. I don't think his team planner actually had Kobuko in it. So we'll see what we end up actually playing. There's an Urgot, though, and a Vex. So we're going to start already pivoting the board. Yeah, okay. I mean, and Vex can actually hold, yeah, Morello plus the Shiv on just to the Vex. Yeah, actually, this makes a lot of sense. And yeah, she'll just be the holder of those. And yeah, we're starting to think about pivoting the board. He keeps going back and forth because he doesn't want to lose the front line that he has in the Kayn or the Rast on this board, especially just to play like a 0-item Urgot. And like, if we're going to move items, we might as well just, you know, if we're going to pivot, we might as well just full pivot. So we're waiting another round to just go like pivot next round at 5-5. Makes a lot of sense. There's another TG on Carousel. Oh my God. The other really juicy thing is a blue buff here. It's also a blue buff and a Z2. Wow. So it's Z2. It's blue buff for our Vex for our third item. I mean, that's a fantastic pickup here. I don't think you can be upset about that at all. And yeah, I mean, we're going to level up here, start rolling for the board. Finds an Aurora that we're going to fit for now. I mean, that is just a nice unit to fit on this board. Just very nice flex roll downs this game from Kaito, just allowing himself to play around what he hits the Renekton 2 here, so we can start always bite the Senna or the Zed. Just make sure that you're biting one of these Slayer units. You can move the blue buff over, going to move the TG over. Oh my God. I mean, the board is looking good. This is a very high cap lobby though. I mean, as lobbies are this set, even with this insane, oh my God, can MF, oh my God. Yeah, no, their MF can't clutch it out, and our Morgana does clutch it out, so we do end up winning the fight. We do also end up picking up the Urgot 2, and we're kind of back and forth here, because you can play Urgot, it's Executioner on this board. We have the Kobuko too, so that's definitely getting played. And yeah, you kind of have to move. I'm surprised actually, no, I'm actually not that surprised. I was going to say surprised that we move items over from Morgana, but I mean, I think the Senna at this point might actually be better than the Morgana once we get this far into the game, especially because we're biting the Senna. So if you get, you know, good stats on the Senna, you feel good. There's another crazy board actually. Oh no, that was the cash out board, but I didn't even see. They also, I mean, maybe they just found it, but they also ended up finding a 3-star Miss Jinx on that board. Like that is crazy. So this is actually going to be our final board. We don't get the Boombot in off of the Cho'Gath, but I mean, I don't think, once again, as far as things you can't be upset about, I don't think you can be upset about having a 2-star Kobuko as their frontliner. And yeah, it's just kind of an interesting fast 9 board. We're gonna roll down here, trying to find, I'm not sure what actually. I don't see exactly what we're rolling for at this point, but I think the idea is just we're rolling because we're 42 HP and we don't want to like die, but it's also just kind of like, well, what are we going to do? All right, GS going to go over to the Morgana just as an item. We got to build something, so fair enough. Ooh, we actually get AoE'd pretty hard, and strategist board is still the strategist board, so we are Ooh, Renekton doing his best, actually. Honestly, if that fight had gone like a hair differently, we actually potentially could have won that. We find Zach too. Oh, his idea is he's thinking about cutting the Morgana here. We could also throw in a Zach too with Aurora. Though I'm curious, actually, if we were thinking about playing Zach too, we probably should have been toggling Zach in to get the Bloblets. I'm actually, yeah, kind of surprised that we didn't do that. I mean, is it ever just cut Zed and lose Slayer and then just put the Aurora in and throw in a Zac too? Like, I know Slayer is buffing the Senna, and by extension, she's also buffing the Renekton, but is that really better than having Aurora on your board that's also throwing in a Zac too? I mean, I guess the answer is yes, though he does have Aurora now, so he has to think a little bit harder about how he wants to fit this. And I mean, you could also throw in the Zed. You're not going to get the Slayer buff, but you are just going to get an Aurora on your board who could also use that Senna TG, right? You move the TG over to the Senna, from the Senna to the Aurora here. Yeah, I think this is beautiful, and I think this absolutely makes sense. And we are just going to throw in a Zed onto this board who, I mean, he's a decent unit. Maybe he'll be, I mean, I have to feel like Zach was a better body to play, but ooh, I mean, honestly, close fight. Ooh, down to 1 HP. Oh my god. That was a close fight against, once again, that Exalted Adventure or an Upgraded Adventure. I forget what it's called this set, but it's not a bad board by any means. So I think it's quite exciting that the fight was so close, though. We need something better to throw in. I mean, normally you're throwing in the Urgot, but we actually already have the Urgot, so we're looking for something better to throw in, just some kind of 2-star, and it's just gonna have to be the 2-star Zed still. All right, moving TGs around as well. And oh, we're gonna get the Zed back in here, and we are gonna throw in the Urgot. Okay, so yeah, the idea is that we'd rather have the Slayer on our board and just throw the Urgot in. We don't care that much about execution on our board. This is a close fight, though. Honestly, that might have been the diff. Oh my god, when this fight, title goes down, this other player goes down. Oh my god, and all of a sudden it's a top 2. So okay, honestly, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, just throw the Urgot in. Executioner. Slayer is bigger than Executioner is the idea, just because of the fact that you're getting this AD. Okay, yeah, I honestly don't really buy it. So yeah, this is going to be the final idea, is we're going to throw in this Kobuko, and we're going to get Executioner back in, and this is going to be our board here. All right, decent knockup from Kobuko. Can we get through all of this stuff here? We got through the front line, the back line. Okay, we win that fight. A win. The only problem is this guy is so healthy, though. Oh my god, we hit another Urgot, so now we can throw in 2 Urgots. We could also, if we see them make like some kind of huge upgrade, we could just full sell our board and run for Urgot 3. Like, if we think, because like that fight was really close. If we end up in a spot where we think that they're like guaranteed to win if they hit some kind of like crazy upgrade, we could sell board and dig for Urgot 3, and we're trying for it. We're seeing how close we could actually get here, but I mean, the odds of finding it are so low. Oh, this is a cool idea. So we're just gonna fit Ziggs in on this board in the slot that that Zed was originally in, and that's gonna give us Cyber Boss. I mean, I kind of like this a lot just to get that. I mean, I guess the best thing that we could get on this board is Poppy, right? It would be Bastion as well, but we couldn't pick it up just because, I mean, it's hard to find. This fight RNG is also a little bit worse than us, so it is going to be a crazy second for Kaito. But I mean, yeah, this was just a weird game, playing around the Morgana 3 and the Dynamo to get us into this Divinicorp board with the Divinicorp augment to play around the Urgot, Fast 9. I don't know, just a really cool game and some kind of crazy stuff that I'm always excited to see people play around. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, my Metafy, all my other links down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.